Hello, everybody. Once again, this is Adam Vore, Vice President of the Citizens Committee for Restructured Government, www.ccrg.info. Today with the CCRG News Roundup for August 16th, Thursday, 2012. I want to apologize to all my subscribers. I've been kind of a little hiatus lately. If you're into the stories of what's really going on, you know, the real news that you find on the internet, then you'll understand why I've been kind of avoiding everything. It's just a lot of negativity, and I try to maintain a positive mental attitude, but it's very difficult in these trying times. And I hope you all forgive me for not putting on a recent news roundup, but I realize I'm going to keep doing it. I'm going to do the best I can. Ask guys, please spread the news about our organization, the ccrg.info. We need donations now before it's too late. It's getting towards the end. I'm not seeing a lot of people step to the plate to help us or to help their planet, and it's very disheartening to me. But please help us as soon as you can. Even if you can't give it any money, maybe you have a connection, someone who we need to talk to, someone who can help us get to the point where we can be self-sustaining and sufficient so we can make the world a better place through your help and through our organization. So let's go on with the news and first story of the day. The U.S. government's coming war with the American people. Insane quantities of government ammo purchased point to only one purpose. I mean, why else do you buy ammo? I mean, that's obvious, right? You buy ammo to shoot. What are you going to be shooting out is the question. They basically took a lot. So you could say they took sniper rounds. Department of Homeland Security. I just saw that the IRS just ordered some ammo as well. They basically, a lot of government agencies are ordering lots and lots of ammo, so that should tell you something. All right, and it shows you all the different types of ammo right here that they are ordering. You can read this story at your own leisure. Again, it's going to be provided at the end of the bottom of this video. Training domestic army for war within the American people. So it's poop is hitting the fan basically. Next story. Enormous, possibly radioactive sinkhole swallows an acre of Louisiana, causes forced evacuations. Yeah, I just saw this was on news yesterday, or a couple of days ago, I think. But basically what he says is a huge foul-smelling and potentially radioactive sinkhole has gulped an entire acre of cypress trees south of Baton Rouge, forcing the evacuations of about 150 homes and leading affected residents to file a class action lawsuit against the Texas Brine Company for its alleged responsibility. On Friday, August 3rd, 2012, a sinkhole 422 feet deep and 372 feet wide emerged, releasing a foul diesel odor and created saltwater slurry, which contains diesel fuel. This suit begins. So, bottom line is the sinkhole, it's basically radioactive waste of this one company who didn't have anywhere to get rid of it, so they buried it underground, and it created, I guess, the waste created a sinkhole, or it just was some natural phenomena where they put it in a cavern and it was just covered by dirt. But either way, bottom line is that just a story about how they are now coming across, years and years ago of contaminated waste that are just ruining the environment and opening these huge sinkholes everywhere. Next story. New research, Morgellons proven to be a real disease. Now, for those of you who don't know, and I'm sure some of you do, Morgellons disease is these weird tendril-like fibers that grow out of your skin. It literally uses your own pores to grow them, or they seem to come out of your skin. And they did a study on it with the CDC, and basically what they're saying is that the Morgellons fibers are actually human in origin, which I don't find to be true because it doesn't act like human. And they're saying that it's made of protein, but I don't believe they are. They look silicon-like to me. They look like they're made out of silicone fibers. And it's almost like it's like another new life form that doesn't really belong to this planet. And those fibers get into you, and they just totally take over your brain. They've actually had instances where you could see pictures of birds, rats, all type of rodents, cats, dogs have been just taken over by this Morgellons disease. I don't know if there's a higher concentration. Maybe they did, what I'm saying? Maybe their immune system was totally wasted. But the bottom line is these things are real. And they create this kind of weird pinkish, blood in your system. I don't have the link with me right now, but I will look for it and put it in my next video. But they create some kind of a pinkish blood in your system that looks like blood, but it's not blood, and it's like silicon-like, and no scientist can determine what it is. And they know they found it, but they know it exists, but they just don't know what it is. But the only thing that seems to get rid of it is colloidal silver, proper nutrients in your blood. So since all the food was farmed, the silver was farmed out of the soil, obviously we're not getting enough silver, microscopic molecules to do the job, to basically fight off these viruses and bacteria and parasites. So look into getting yourself colloidal silver generator. I highly recommend you buy one. They are very inexpensive. You can very easily make a quart in like a couple of hours. There's also tricks to make quick colloidal silver, but colloidal silver is very important amongst other natural remedies. Next story. Video, secrets Big Pharma doesn't want you to know. This is just a video you can watch about facts about, the pharmaceutical industry. Basically what it explains to in here is that a lot of people, what they do is the reason why they're sick is they have immunodeficiency responses. And what that means is their immune system sucks because they don't have the proper nutrients and vitamins and minerals in their body. And that's what I said in the last video, the last article we just looked at, is that the term farmed out comes from when, an apple 50 years ago had more nutrients than it does today. You have to eat 50 apples of the same magnitude without pesticides to get anything equal to the old apple. And that's why people never got sick, because they ate healthy. They never needed anything. Now we have nitrate-based fertilizers, and it's all poisons and toxins and, GMOs, and they're just totally trying to control your mind. This literally is a battle for your mind, whether you realize it or not. So stay away from all pharmaceuticals. Go natural remedies. You can go find online natural remedy shops that sell all natural oils. Research what each thing does. Learn about it. Don't be afraid to take in the knowledge, to learn that everything you've learned about mainstream medicine is a lie, because it is. And basically just go all natural. And I guarantee you give it a year, you'll flush your body out, you'll feel so much better. It might even take shorter than that. Next story. At least 18 killed as South African police open fire on thousands of striking miners. This just happened, I believe, today. A very sad story. At least 18 bodies were seen lying bloody and motionless on the ground after local police opened fire on striking miners, a South African news agency reports. Some of the protesters were allegedly armed with machetes and spears, and basically what happened was it was over wage disputes. They were treating them like forced slave labor. They weren't paying them enough. They literally just said, we want to get paid more money, so they shot them. So they basically like you work for this a month or you get killed. So we're it's literally here, folks. It's in Africa right now. It's coming. It's already here. It's just you don't see it. Well, a lot of people don't see it, but some people do. But they're showing how 9 people were killed. 2 police officers were killed, so they fought back. But I'm sure they make it look like they started it, because that's how they do. Innocent people always get blamed. That's how this world works. But bottom line here is this is what's going on in South Africa right now. These are a couple of pictures. We're going to scroll through them. Just the dead gentleman on the ground. God rest their soul. There's a gentleman running. You could see the bullet being... they're shooting at him right now. There's bullets being fired at him. He's trying to escape. Actually, it's probably where his foot was. My bad. It looks like he was being shot at. But this is the line of they're actually taking a picture of as they're shooting at the protesters in a field. Why they're in a wide field, I don't know. Here more dead protesters, but yeah, you get the idea. All right, so that's what's going on in South Africa right now. I'm going to keep an eye on that for you guys. Ecuador grants asylum to Julian Assange. Full speech by FM Ricardo Patino. Now, I listened about 6 minutes into this, but there's a lot of mumbo jumbo about, they basically dance around the point, and they don't get to the point until the end. So I'll save it for you. Bottom line is they are giving asylum to Julian Assange, but there was another article that wouldn't load up for some reason that I couldn't find another copy of. What are the coincidences? That said that the British government, where the embassy of Ecuador is right now, that's where one of their embassies is, the British government is refusing to give him free passage out of the country. That's pretty heavy. So there's literally, he says we're going to give them asylum, but then well, then we're not leaving them leave the country. So what's he going to do? Live inside the embassy until they give in? They're going to sneak him out somehow. You know what I'm saying? So they're really, all this guy did was just expose what the black governments were doing to us. And look what they're going through to just put him in prison, to get him, incarcerated, to kill him is basically what they want to do. But for some reason, God's letting Julian Assange, stay alive right now. As as a message that you're never going to take him down, because he's trying to he did the right thing by exposing black documents from multiple governments and multiple government agencies. Next picture, right here. I just authorized the indefinite detention of American citizens without due process. I told you there would be change. So that this was basically just signed into a law. They now can definitely detain anybody for any reason without consent. and without due process. So no Miranda rights. You're just going directly to jail. No judge. You go directly to jail. That's what they're doing now. Okay? That's what they're doing. And that's basically what's going on right now. So we have freedom speech zones, speech zones. So if you're outside talking about stuff that goes against the government politics, you get thrown in jail. It's done. And people don't, they see it happening and they just let it happen. They just go, well, there's nothing I can do about it. It's very depressing. And the last photo I thought was kind of inspirational. Pay attention. Robin Hood did not steal from the rich and give to the poor. Robin Hood took the people's stolen stuff back from an oppressive criminal government and gave it to the people that produced and owned the stuff in the first place. Now, can I get an amen on that? So everybody's like, it was always like, Robin Hood the thief, Robin Hood, he was a hood, because that's what they called hooded men, thieves, but that's what a thief was called, a hood. And they called him Robin Hood, like, oh, he's such a thief. No, he was taking back what was stolen from the people to begin with. They didn't own. If you work for something, that's yours. You keep it. If you work for something, you earned it. Okay? I'm not going to let anybody else take what I earned. That's BS. You know what I'm saying? That's total BS. So this, if this man existed, a lot of people say he did. A lot of people say he's a storybook character, but he was like of that time a modern day saint, and that, that takes a lot of gall, and it takes a lot of, it was a lot easier back then because they didn't have technology. He can hide in the woods and stuff like that. But that takes a lot of gall, and that's saint-like qualities right there, taking back what was stolen from them to begin with. But that's basically it for today. That's the CCRG roundup for August 16th. More videos to come. I'm going to keep on top of everything every day, see what I can do. God bless you all. Keep your faith, because that's the most important thing we have right now. Be grateful for everything you have. Be grateful for your food. Be grateful for your life. While the rest of the world gets worse, just constantly be grateful and just do your best. And just hold on tight, because it's going to be a bumpy ride. God bless you all. Take care.